A 17-year-old tourist leaves his hotel on a sunny Mediterranean morning. He grabs his rented mountain bike, straps a GoPro camera to his head, and sends a simple message to his parents. "I'm heading into the catacombs. I'll be back soon." It's the kind of message thousands of travelers send every day. Casual, routine, nothing alarming. But for Mike Mansolt's family, that message would be the last words they would ever receive from their son. Hours pass, then a day, then several. And suddenly, a simple sightseeing trip through ancient underground tunnels turns into an international mystery. Because when search teams finally locate Mike, he isn't found inside the catacombs. Instead, his body lies far away, at the bottom of towering sea cliffs. His bicycle sits above the cliff edge, but the backpack containing his phone, camera, money, and bank cards has completely vanished. Even stranger, his body shows only minor injuries, not the kind expected from a deadly fall. So what really happened to the teenage tourist who walked into the kingdom of the dead and never came back? In July 2016, Mike Mansholt traveled from Germany to the island nation of Malta. Like many young travelers, Mike wanted adventure. At just 17 years old, he was curious, energetic, and fascinated by history. Malta, an island packed with ancient ruins, medieval cities, and mysterious underground chambers, seemed like the perfect place to explore. During his stay, Mike checked into a hotel in the coastal town of Sliema. From there, tourists can easily reach many of Malta's historic landmarks. One site in particular captured Mike's attention: the eerie underground burial chambers known as the St. Paul's Catacombs in Rabat. Often described as the island's Kingdom of the Dead, these catacombs stretch through a maze of ancient tunnels carved deep into the rock. For centuries, they served as burial grounds during Roman times. Today, they are one of Malta's most fascinating archaeological sites, but they can also feel unsettling. Long, narrow passages, silent stone chambers, and the heavy sense of history is buried beneath the ground. For Mike, however, it was simply another destination to document with his GoPro camera. On the morning of July 18, 2016, Mike left his hotel in Sliema. He rented a mountain bike for the trip. Witnesses later described his appearance clearly. He was wearing a blue t-shirt, sunglasses, a backpack, and a GoPro camera mounted on his head. He cycled across the island toward Rabat, where the famous catacombs are located. At 10:11 a.m., Mike sent a text message to his parents. It read simply that he was heading into the catacombs and would return soon. Nothing about the message suggested fear or trouble. It sounded like the update of a normal traveler enjoying a day of exploration. But that message would become the final communication from Mike Mansholt. After that moment, his phone went silent. At first, no one suspected anything was wrong. Tourists often explore for hours. But when Mike failed to return and stopped responding to messages, concern quickly grew. Eventually, authorities in Malta were alerted. Search efforts began around St. Paul's Catacombs. Investigators combed through tunnels. They checked the surrounding streets. They questioned locals and tourists. But Mike was nowhere to be found. As hours turned into days, the search expanded across the island. What began as a missing person case soon became something far more troubling, because no trace of Mike appeared inside the catacombs where he said he would be. Several days later, search teams made a disturbing discovery. Mike's body had been found, but not anywhere near the catacombs. Instead, it was located at the base of the dramatic Dingli Cliffs, the highest coastal cliffs in Malta. The cliffs rise nearly 250 meters above the Mediterranean Sea. They are beautiful, but extremely dangerous. Falling from such a height would almost certainly cause catastrophic injuries. Yet the scene investigators found raised immediate questions. At the top of the cliff, Mike's rented mountain bike was discovered. It was positioned close to the edge, but something critical was missing. Mike's backpack was gone. Inside that backpack should have been the following: his phone, his GoPro camera, his cash, his bank cards. None of those items was ever recovered. What investigators found during the examination of Mike's body made the mystery even deeper. A fall from the Dingli Cliffs should have caused devastating trauma. Broken bones, severe fractures, massive internal injuries. But reports suggested something unusual. Mike's body showed only minor abrasions, scratches, surface injuries, not the catastrophic damage normally associated with a fall from such extreme heights. This detail raised an unsettling possibility. Did Mike really fall from the cliff? Or had something else happened before his body ended up there? One object could have answered everything. The GoPro camera is mounted on Mike's head. If it had been recording during his journey, it might have captured his final moments. Where he went, who did he meet, what happened? But the camera was gone, along with his phone and backpack. To this day, none of those items has ever been recovered, which means whatever evidence they contained disappeared with them. With so many unanswered questions, investigators and observers have considered several possible explanations. Some believe Mike may have been exploring near the edge of Dingli Cliffs and accidentally slipped. Tourists sometimes walk dangerously close to the edge for photos or video footage. But critics point out that an accidental fall should have caused far more severe injuries. And it doesn't explain why his backpack vanished. Another possibility is that Mike encountered someone who intended to rob him. His backpack contained valuable electronics and money. If a confrontation had occurred near the cliff, things might have turned violent. Yet there were no clear signs of struggle reported at the scene, and investigators never identified a suspect. Some speculate that Mike may have recorded something unexpected on his GoPro, perhaps an encounter, perhaps an incident. If that footage existed, it could explain why the camera, and the backpack carrying it, disappeared. But without the device, that theory remains impossible to confirm. For Mike's family, the most painful part of this case isn't just the loss, it's the unanswered questions. Why did Mike travel from the Catacombs area to the distant Dingli Cliffs? What happened to his belongings? And why did the injuries on his body seem inconsistent with the supposed fall? Years later, those questions still linger. The island of Malta remains a popular destination for tourists. Visitors still walk through the tunnels of St. Paul's Catacombs. They still stand at the breathtaking edge of Dingli Cliffs, staring out across the Mediterranean Sea. But few realize that one young traveler's story ended in mystery between those two places. On the morning of July 18, 2016, a teenage tourist set out to explore history. He carried a camera, a bike, and the excitement of discovery. But somewhere between the underground kingdom of the dead and the towering cliffs of Malta, something happened. Something that still hasn't been fully explained. Was it a tragic accident? A robbery gone wrong? Or something far more complicated? The truth may have been captured on a missing GoPro camera. But unless that camera is ever found, the final moments of Mike Mansholt may remain one of Malta's most haunting, unanswered mysteries. What do you think happened in this case? Accident, robbery, or something else entirely? Share your theory in the comments below. And if you enjoy real stories of mysteries and chilling investigations, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, because the next mystery might be even stranger than this one. Every case leaves a shadow. Every mystery deserves a voice. This is Shadow Case Files.